Alright, so another video today. Hello everyone. Today is going to be, I think, my very third blog on this channel. And the thing I want to talk about today is actually regarding what has been on my mind for quite a while now, is regarding creating and making my office clear. So one thing is that I've been really talking a lot about it. And, over time, I'm just thinking, like, I do want to capture a large audience for this particular course that I'm creating. However, I also do find that sometimes the issue is that if I am going too wide, then I won't be able to really capture or understand my market as well. So after a lot of thought and review and really thinking hours upon hours, I've decided that the course that I want to create is going to be more so for graduate optometrists. So those people who have recently graduated, and also optometrists who are in their early career. So anywhere between maybe their first to their fifth year. And the reason why I am very confident that I'll be able to help these individuals is because I myself am in now past my 5 years since I've graduated optometry school, and it has been quite a bit of an experience. The thing is that yes, I've been an optometrist for quite a while now because I actually graduated back in 2013 back in Singapore. So if you were to take that into account, I've been an optometrist for 11 years now, but practicing in Australia post university for the past 5 years. And just because of this, I feel that this is the group of people who I'll be able to help the most in a way. And if I can help them the most, and they would be able to understand what I'm doing, and they'll be able to, I can relate to them even more because I know where they are at. And the other thing about it is also that I want them to become from being not so confident to being really confident about managing myopia. After they go through my course, the M3 course, or the myopia management mastery program in a way, I do want them to be known as a myopia specialist, right? Now, I know that the word specialist is sometimes it's like a really touchy thing. I've thought about it, like, should I use the word expert or should I use the word specialist? And when I think about it, when you say they are experts in something, it means that they have probably been doing it for a longer period of time. When you say they are specialists, it has a different intonation to it. So, for instance, if for instance, like I myself, all right, I am an optometrist and I do consider myself like a myopia specialist, because if someone were to come to me and talking about myopia, about cases that they need some advice to manage on, I can talk about that. However, if someone were to come to me and talking about maybe something as simple as dry eye management, yes, I do know about dry eye, but however, I don't go deep and dwell a lot into it. So I don't really consider myself like a dry eye specialist, although I can manage dry eye, but I might not be. So if, for instance, someone has really basic dry eye, I can manage it. But if it gets a bit more complicated or there's a few layers to it, then I might not be the best one to be able to educate or to actually impart my knowledge on it. So that's the reason why I feel that coming up with the term myopia specialist would be great. Yeah, so that individuals or my fellow colleagues who are going to go through the program that I'm going to create will be able to go through at the end of the day from that zero state where they are not as confident about managing myopia to being more confident to manage it. All right. So a few other things is also there are going to be people who I'm going to be talking about regarding this whole process, because I find that if I do not really know what needs to be done in terms of the course itself, I might not really be able to get much of an audience in a way. I do understand that in this particular program that I'm going through, my mentorship program, paid ad is going to be a really big part of how I'm going to actually get the word out, and then potentially get like lead magnets or like people who are interested to join me, and then maybe I can have a chat with them a bit more, so just to understand this whole thing. But I also thought maybe a bit more proactive approach would be actually to reach out to people who I already know. So maybe friends, colleagues who are within this particular time frame, so that I can understand from them what is it that they would really need me to help them out with. I can potentially also look at LinkedIn, because again, with like an influx of graduates coming in, especially here in Australia, a lot of them would not really know and would not be as confident yet to manage myopia. But if I am able to help them to get from where they are to get to where they want to be more confident about it, then I think that that's a value that is really crucial that I would have imparted in a way. I'm also maybe considering like looking into Facebook or Instagram pages for some of my friends. I'm not sure how open they are to it because um, the thing is that I honestly do have a fear. I do have a fear of like rejection, judgment, maybe them also thinking like, um, them thinking that, oh, am I like better than them? That's why I'm like trying to do this. I do feel like I can be laughed at, or maybe it's just me being really wishful thinking, wanting to do this whole program. Because at the end of the day, when I look at it, what I want to do and how I want to help is that yes, I do want to help the whole community at large. As we know, by the year 2050, half of the world is going to be short sighted or having myopia, and a portion of them would have very high myopia, which can lead to also other complications in terms of eye diseases and also some potentially blinding eye disease. So I do not want people to get there, and hence that's why I feel like it's a personal journey for me. And me myself as one person, I can only help so many people. But if I do help to educate other optometrists about it, and then they can manage even more patients, and then more people can benefit from this overall. So that's just how personally I feel about it. There's no doubt there is, of course, for me, even myself, when I was starting out, I did not know much about it, and I have to really sift through a lot of information online. There are a lot of great resources out there. I'm not saying that there are none, there are a lot of it. But in order to really understand it and in order to really break it down into what are the important things that we want to look at when we are managing myopia for our patients, I think that is something that I can help someone who does not know to get there much quicker and not having to go through this 5 years of trial and error and pain that I personally had to go through. So that's what I think that I'm really gonna be able to impart in a way. Yeah. Another thing that I do want to talk about is actually something that is an interesting conversation that happened with myself and my group of friends just yesterday. So I met up with a couple of my friends and we were having a chat. And how this actually came about was because one of my friends is actually, she is an influencer here in Perth, but she's doing like something totally different. It's not optometry related at all. And she was talking about how like creating an audience really helped her to firstly grow her brand, grow her business that was a side hustle that now she's kind of doing like as a main thing in a way. And also that from that particular audience, once they trust her already, and when she actually launched a different product, even before she launched it and she just talked about it, people were really excited. You know, people really wanted to know like much more about it already. So I find that it's actually really interesting. It's really interesting that, you know, I've always heard about it like online when you go on YouTube, a lot of people would talk about it, and then you hear from business people and this and that. But when you hear it from someone that you happen to know that they are doing this and that it actually works, there's actually like a different twist to it. You know, it feels so surreal if that makes sense. And here's the thing about it, like she has talked about how even myself as an optometrist, this is something that I can talk about. I have the authority to talk about these things. I can talk about the eyes because yes, I am a certified optometrist. I've been practicing for quite a while now, and I do know and I do understand about it. So that's like my unfair advantage in a way, that I can talk about this that no one else can. I'm not saying no one else can. Like there are other optometrists who can talk about this too, but within my social sphere of non-optometry friends or non-work related friends in a way, yeah, that's what it basically means. And again, for me, it has been a bit of a journey. I used to be really afraid to be in front of the camera, to talk to the camera, and then this being uploaded. You know, I even have insecurities about wearing this Looney Tunes um, uh, hoodie in a way. And the reason why is because, like, look, I honestly, I'm not a fan of Looney Tunes or anything. It's just that it's really cool. And this was actually my mother-in-law actually bought it for me. And yeah, and and it fits. It's comfortable. Yeah, but Looney Tunes doesn't really represent me in a way. But when I'm in this video, when people see me wearing this, they might think that, oh, maybe I like Looney Tunes. But in actual fact, I don't. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that I don't enjoy it in that sense, but I think you guys get the whole gist of it. So yeah, so I do want to do it, and after much thought about it, is that the main thing that I'm still going to be doing is this entry program for optometrists, and that's going to be my sole focus. But I have thought about it that maybe, you know what, just once a week, I can spend about like maybe 10, maximum 15 minutes just on one video, just to talk and educate more of like my friends, family, and also just the general public about myopia. And because it's something that's really close to my heart, and even me myself wearing glasses from a very young age, this is something that is not foreign for me at all. I know how it's like to grow up having myopia. I know how bad it can be. And look, I am really glad that I am helping a lot of kids to manage their myopia over the past 5 years of me practicing here in Australia. But I feel like I can do more. Um, with the capacity, with the resources that I have, I am not going to be able to help that many people, but hopefully by impacting future generations of optometrists to be able to manage short-sightedness or myopia more effectively, they'll be able to go ahead, and then once they're 5, 10, 15 years in, they're able to educate other optometrists, and it's kind of like a whole circle where at the end of the day, every optometrist would be much more confident to talk about myopia, to manage myopia, so that parents along the way will be able to understand more about it, and everything would be great. So one of the thing was that even my friends, two of them who were there were nurses, and they were not even aware that there is such a thing as like managing myopia in a way. They of course know, wearing glasses, wearing contact lenses, and that's about it. And I don't really blame them, because the first thing is that now that there has been a lot of research done on it, optometrists ourselves, we have to educate ourselves, and we have to really know and understand about myopia. Once we have known and we have understand much more about it, only then we can start to impart this information and knowledge to our patients. And then most of these patients are not going to be patients themselves, but it's going to be the parents of the patients, because when we manage myopia in kids, the parents are the one coming in, and we are talking to the parents. Now, this is something that is really foreign for a lot of parents. In fact, just last month, I did get a parent who came in, and she actually had a go at me because I saw her daughter, who's actually 21 years old, and I was sharing about all this information about myopia. She decided to go with one of the treatments that does cost quite a bit, and so she said, okay, she would have to have a chat with her mom before proceeding. I was like, yeah, that's good, no worries. So after lunch, actually, they came back, and mom had to go at me for saying, why are you talking about this to my child? Because this costs a lot, blah, 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 this and that. But you see, the thing is that we are just not used to it. When dentists talk to their to parents about having braces for their kids in order for their kids' crooked teeth to be straight, no one questions it anymore these days, because everyone understands the importance of dental and oral hygiene to some extent, and even the price tag of $5, $6, $8,000 is not something that's unheard of, because again, it's probably normal in the industry. Now, myopia management is something that is really, really new. Again, when I was growing up, and I'm talking about like when I was 10 years old, so this was 21 years ago, just showing my age here. Um, when I needed glasses and my vision got worse over time, over the years, I was just told to go and see the optometrist, get a new set of glasses. That's it. Nothing else. Yeah, maybe if you advise about like lifestyle choices here and there, these days we have options to be able to manage myopia. It does cost quite a bit, but the thing is that if patients are not aware of these options, then they won't be able to make more informed decisions. And the way that I see it is that the reason why people or parents are willing to pay for instance, their kids' teeth probably, or for like speech development and all these different things, is because they understand and they know the need of it, as it has been expressed by the specialist in a way, or the healthcare professional, or the medical provider that they're seeing. So I feel that it's really on us optometrists to be able to educate our patients. So in order for me to do that, I feel like one of the most effective way, yes, is to talk about it in my channel, but also to be able to uh, get as many people as possible, all right, to be able to get onto this particular program that I want to do, because I truly feel that I will be able to help them to get much more confident. Now, again, I've thought about it that maybe I do want to expand it to maybe all optometrists who are keen to learn. But then again, I do understand and I do know that there are optometrists who have been practicing way longer than me. And even if they do not know as much about myopia management, there might be some ego right there that might prevent them from joining my course. And again, the way that I see it, I want to help people who I think I can help. Now, I will be able to help them if, let's say, they were to approach me in one way or another and is keen on doing the course. That's great. But I think my sole focus is on this young generation of optometrists who's really going to be the leaders of tomorrow in the optometry world, and who's going to impact the optometry world much more in a way. All right. So yeah, just to sum everything up, I think I really have a clear idea now. I do have a clear idea of who I want to target and who is it for. And also, I do want to still educate my friends, family, and general public a bit more about myopia. And this is something that I'm just going to be keep on doing time and time and time and again, because I really feel that I've left it for too long, way too long. All right. So I'm just going to go all in on it. So hopefully, yeah, this has been a very insightful video for myself also, actually. And just to, again, kind of share my journey. No one might be watching this, and I feel that that's okay, but I just want to put it out there that this is what that I am going to be doing. So yeah, so I think that's really it for now. Yeah, and let's see, 17 minutes. Okay, so that's not too bad. So that's just my thoughts and my of what's been going through my mind, and I guess that's about it for today. All right, bye bye.